Welcome to Pisces Tarot, and I am your host, MiMi the Lightseer. Your business is my business. Today, we will dive into your business with a timeless relationship reading, which means it could be platonic, professional, or romantic. In this session, we will explore the overall energy of your reading, obtain cosmic insights to identify the topics, spill the tea on the energies involved, uncover the positives and the negatives while revealing the lessons that you need to learn, and suggest actions for healings and the best possible outcomes. Remember, this is a general reading, and you have found it when this message is needed. Please take what resonates and leave the rest. Remember, I am LGBTQ plus friendly, using pronouns for storytelling purposes. Lastly, please like, rate, subscribe, and comment, and let me know how this message is connecting with you. And without further ado, let's get into your business. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Pisces Tarot. I am your host, MiMi the Lightseer, over here at Pisces Tarot. Your business is my business. And child, we about to get into somebody's business. Good morning. I hope that you slept well. I hope that if you've been up working all night, that you had a really good shift. I want to welcome everybody that's on TikTok and YouTube this morning. If you missed it, go ahead and join the community over on TikTok. I'm sorry, the community over at YouTube at MiMi Lightseer. Join us. We are preparing for the TikTok ban, the national TikTok ban that is going to go into effect in January. So take this as an opportunity to go ahead and join the community on YouTube. That way we can still congregate and do what we need to do, have these conversations, have these discussions. More importantly, in the event that you miss a reading, you can always go back and watch a reading, comment, and let me know how this landed or resonated with you. Good morning, everybody. Terrific Tuesday. Come on in. Sorry, guys. All of a sudden, my allergies started bothering me. And, of course, we're dealing with chair drama today. I don't know what's going on with my chair. I'm up high, I'm too low, all of those different things. So anyway, I promise you, I don't know who sits in my chair when I'm not here, but this is where we are. Good morning. Come on in. Drop those zodiac signs in the chat. While we get started with this reading. So you guys, I was doing my Bible study and something profound came across this morning and I want to share. If you've been following me, sorry to be digging in my nose. My nose is kind of like, you see my eye is watering, like I don't know what is happening. But this morning I was doing my Bible study, and if you've been a follower, good morning. If you've been a follower, you know that I've been talking a lot about having to take a moment to take a step back, to reflect, to make sure that you guys are not overreacting, but not being overstimulated either. You know how I've been talking about that. And so I was thinking, because I was studying about gratitude this morning, and I was just thinking from the space of how difficult it can be at times to be grateful for things that you're going through when you don't understand. And when you lack that clarity, right? Which is where people like myself come into play, because I'm able to give you clarity and to be able to give you some context to what you may be experiencing, right? And so I have been struggling in my own personal life with gratitude, I will say, and I'm just being honest with it, because it's easy to be ungrateful, right? And when we say ungrateful, it's always in a derogatory aspect when people talk about gratitude. They're like, oh, you're not being grateful because somebody did something for you and you didn't like it. That's not exactly what ungratefulness or lack of gratitude is limited to at all, right? By any figment of imagination, right? A lot of us are living our lives ungrateful. And what do I mean by that? Well, You're ungrateful that you actually have the money to pay for what you need to pay for, right? Doesn't make it right or wrong. Nobody likes inflation. Nobody likes paying premium prices for anything, right? Everybody works exceptionally hard for the money that they get. But have you ever thought about it to say, you know what? I am just grateful that I had $10 to buy, some gas, So when you have that framing of gratitude, it does go a long way in helping shift the energy. And that's going to be very, very, very important. And I've been talking about this, for about a month now. It's going to be very, very important on your journey to be grateful and to practice that spirit of gratitude, right? Now, let me tell you something to trip you out. And it's going to ruffle some feathers. And I'm just waiting. I'm just ready to hear what y'all got to say. Have you ever thought that it is possible that the things that we're going through is the will of God? Just noodle on that. Just think about it. Now, we do have the opportunity to have free will, right? So you could pick and choose. But we know that even in tarot, there's free will, right? But just asking a question. Because you can do the divine plan or you can do your own plan. Either way it goes, both come with consequences. Consequences are not always bad. Consequences can be good as well, right? So, whatever it is, you got to be grateful. Don't be anxious about anything that's going on. Just know and trust that it's going to work out for you. Whatever it is going to work out for you. Or be thankful that it is working out for you. Do it in the present tense, right? So here we go, y'all. I just want to let y'all noodle on that. I know that a lot of people are not going to like that. I said that. And it is perfectly fine if you don't like it, okay? It's perfectly fine. I didn't like it either. When the spirit came to me and told me that, I didn't like it either. But when I thought about it and I changed my perception, I was like, you know what? So I started questioning the things that I've been grappling with, the things that I've been wrestling with. When I started to really question it, it was like, okay, was this God's plan or was this my plan? Was it his will or was it my will? Okay? Regardless, be thankful. Okay? Be thankful. And if you're struggling with gratitude, you can also elect to be grateful for tangible things, right? Starting with full, presence of mind, body figure, fingers moving, able to brush your teeth, you can start with those little simple things because I guarantee you somebody woke up today, they can't move their feet, they can't brush their teeth, they can't think for themselves. I mean, like, we can go on and on and on, right? So I'm just wanting to share that with you guys to get you to think about it. And I am so grateful for my elderly dog, but when I tell you, she gets on my nerves being bossy, knowing this ain't time. All right, here we go. The overall energy reading for today is Spirit of Gratitude. Let me hold this up so y'all can see it. Spirit of Gratitude. I am good. Okay. So this is about you practicing the spirit of gratitude. And what does that mean? Right? And what does that mean? Good morning, Samantha. What does that mean? Like, seriously, are you truly grateful for the loved one that you're here to find out information about? Or are you just trying to control the narrative? Let me tell y'all something. Humans are so delusional. We're so delusional. We think we have so much control. We have control over nothing, baby. It just sounds good. But you can't control how you feel about people. You can't control how they feel about you. You can't control what they think. You can't control what they say. You can't control what they do. Heck, have y'all ever been, if you're being honest with yourself, have you ever been in a situation where you was like, why did I say that? Have you ever thought about that? How you just had a impulsive reaction to something, and then when you thought about what you said or what you did, you were like shocked. It was like, why did I say that? I'm telling you, if we're being honest with ourselves, we're a little bit delusional. Okay, now let's go ahead and see what we got going on. The truth that we need to hear right now for our journey, heart's journey, or our soul's journey is got gratitude. Are you grateful that you have air over your lungs? Are you grateful that you can come and go without worrying about being bombed? I mean, it's so many things, right, that we can practice gratitude for. But let's translate that into our relationships. Are you grateful for a healthy relationship? Are you grateful for a conversation where you're not being abused verbally? Are you grateful, Sasha? Chill. Chill. Are you grateful for company and companionship? Like, let's talk about it. There's so many different things you could be grateful for. But at a minimum, if you're having challenges, being grateful for the things at large, the intangibles, be grateful for the tangibles. Are you grateful that you may only have $2 in your bank account? I mean, I'm just being honest. Let's talk about it. All right, here we go. The truth that we need to hear for our soul's journey is regret. I know that I cannot change the past. Okay? And this is actually contrary to popular belief. Regret does piggyback on that spirit of gratitude. Plants and Pup says, yes, I am so grateful I opened up my eyes and I could see. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all about to laugh at me. Let me tell y'all. I am 40 years old. My mom used to tell me all the time, you just go to bed, you wake up and something don't move right. Hey, boo, hey. Let me tell you. For some reason, before I left to go out of town, my back started bothering me. And while I was at the airport, I did my hand like this on my back. I could feel my hip bone out of alignment. And I tried to push it back and it did help, but I couldn't exactly, I can't do chiropractic work on myself. All while I was gone, I could sit down like I'm sitting here now and I would stand up and I would be stiff like a robot. It took I was like 10 man. I was like, what in the world is happening to me? So, of course, when I came back yesterday, I couldn't wait to go get adjusted. And I was telling the lady, I said, ma'am, it feels like my hip is off. So when she touched it, she was like, oh, yeah, I do feel it. It's right here. And she tried to adjust it. But still, even though I do feel significantly better, I still feel like that weirdness in my body. And I'm guessing I'm going to have to go back. But let me tell you, don't take for granted that you could sit down and stand up at an expeditious pace. The older you get, the more things start just, doing its own thing. At first it was feeling like I had gas or something in my hip. And I know y'all probably like, gas. Yes, you do get trapped gas in your body. When your knees pop, you know how that feels? Where you feel like you have an air pocket in your knee and it pops. That's how it feels like what's happening in my hip. But regardless, I'm just grateful that I'm not in pain, right? Because that would be a total different thing, right? So, or I could be in pain and I just don't know I'm in pain. I mean, one of the two, Anyway, our soul whisper for today is, but I know what I was about to say. I forgot just that quick. When we talk about the spirit of gratitude and we're talking about regret, Bishop said, oh Lord, that's me. I'm trying to tell you, ooh, mercy. Like, I just want to pop it so bad right now. But let me tell you something. Gratitude also works with regrets. Are you regretful for the thing? I'm sorry. Are you grateful for the things that didn't work out for you? Are you, yeah, the Holy Godly says, or the Holy Godly says, gratitude is riches. Yes, it is. So it says, I know that I cannot change the past. Are you grateful for the past? Are you grateful for the things that you cannot control? I mean, sit on that. Are you grateful for the turbulence in your relationships? Are you grateful for, the difficulties in your life right now? I mean, let's talk about it. Are you grateful, really, for the people that y'all want to know these questions about? You want to know information about the relationships, the love. Are you truly grateful even for the things that didn't work out to your benefit? Y'all real quiet this morning. I know it's a lot. That's coming in strong, ain't it? What if Spirit was trying to teach you how to be grateful for and accepting the things that you cannot control? Remember, I told y'all we don't control nothing, not even the lessons that we learn. Yeah, I know. It's a hard pill to swallow, Samantha. You definitely got a noodle on it, right? Good morning. You definitely got a noodle on it. Let me tell y'all something. The hardest thing, I'll open up before I get into this. I'll open up. The hardest things to be grateful for are for the things that you don't understand. Right? And it's hard to be grateful for the things that you don't understand because it doesn't make sense. Right? But truly, if we trust that all things are working together for our good, and if we trust that this could be the will of God for our lives, that this does not work out for us and it doesn't make sense for us, it wasn't for us, right? Then can you be grateful that you missed an opportunity? Exactly. GW says, I am grateful for rejection because it was my protection. I mean, let's talk about it. Bishop on YouTube says, one of my biggest traumas that I went through was during 2008, made me strong, the spiritual warrior I am this day, and I forgave the person who did it for me. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all know how we've been talking about these twins and all this other stuff like that, and I keep always talking about that, One of the biggest things that I will say that I'm grappling with is my lack of clarity, my lack of understanding in what's going on here, but also learning how to accept that somebody may have just wasted my time, wasted my life. We just need to stop saying, stop wasting my time. It's not time that you're really wasting. It's your life. We all got infinite time on this planet. I'm sorry, definite time, finite time. You don't get any extra minutes to your life. So my biggest struggle has been trying to understand, how could somebody be so cruel and so callous in playing games with my life and with my heart and with my feelings and with my emotions, right? Not treating me like a human being. But you know what? When I thought about it, I said, to Bishop's point, you did me a favor because you moved out the way. And you gave space to somebody who really wants to be here. You gave credence to somebody who really deserves to be here. And I am so grateful that I am no longer being deceived, conned, fooled, lied to, manipulated, any of those things to control the narrative that you want to live, because I'm not obliging your narrative. I regret that I gave it too much time, but I'm grateful that I gave it time because now I'm clear that this is not for me. Right? How many of y'all can say that? Bishop wants to know, if there was a lesson, was it really a waste? Well, sometimes we don't even know what the lesson is. Right? Yes. Right. Samantha says you needed to give it that much time. But a lot of times you don't even know what the lesson is. Now that's something. If I could ever have a conversation with God, I'd be like, dude, why you always giving us pop quizzes? And then making us fail, and then here come the lesson. I still don't even know the lesson. I still don't even know the point behind it. The only thing that I could tell you is the point behind my lesson with that person is that I was able to learn that I was still open and willing and able and capable of giving and receiving love. That's it. Girl, if you don't shut up, you're going to be in an old folks' home. Shut up. Now, yeah, Enough says, you just said a mouthful. I've met the other woman and now she has to deal with that. Focus says, never bitter, always better. Samantha is laughing. All right, so here we go. And I do feel sorry for anybody else who comes in contact with him. But you know what? So on the contrary, you got to be careful with who you mistreat as well. Because you're planting seeds, baby. You're definitely planting seeds. You don't know what blessing God had for you that you misappropriated that blessing. Just saying. That's going to be something he's going to deal with for the rest of his life. But at this point, I've checked out. Take me out the group chat. Unsubscribe. No longer a follower. Okay? Not a believer anymore. It's very shameful. All right, here we go. So we started out talking about the spirit of gratitude. And if you missed the reading, the beginning of this reading, I apologize. Go back and watch the beginning or the playback on YouTube at MiMi Lightseer. Go ahead and join us. We have a goal of having 350 subscribers by the end of this year. We're at 337. So if everybody goes in there now and goes subscribe, woo, we done made it. All right. The truth that we need to hear right now is understanding that we cannot change the past. Our soul whisper for today, and y'all know that I need to read this from this book because I love the way that they word things, is wisdom with the owl, y'all. Wisdom. I don't know if y'all, okay, y'all, I follow animals. I love animals. I watch animal videos all day. Let me tell y'all something. I am fascinated with owls right now. Well, I'm fascinated with all animals. I have an obsession. I love animals. I just love them. I love them. But owls, y'all, when it rains, they open up. Birds do this in general, but owls do it too. They open up their wings and they put their babies underneath their wings and they just twist their head around and they watch and see, but they got their babies underneath their wings. I say always underneath his wings and feathers, right? So we got to understand that we're being divinely protected for sure. Now let's look at this wings. Wisdom. Let's see. I wish they gave me a bigger book for this, but I'm grateful. That means I could carry it in my purse. Where is wisdom? Okay, so apparently it's not in alphabetical order, as expected. Y'all, I have no idea what is happening to me right now. My eye is over here itching. My nose is snotting. Oh, y'all. Okay, here goes worthy. So where is wisdom? Here it is. Okay. Wisdom. Yesterday, I was clever. So I wanted to change the world. Today, I am wise. So I am changing myself. First of all, let me tell y'all, Rumi is always in the bag, okay? Rumi, if y'all don't know Rumi, let me tell y'all another quote that's going to jack y'all up, and then I'm going back to this. Rumi said, no matter where you are, no matter what you do, always be in love. Okay? Not necessarily in love like the emotion or the feeling, but just be in love. Be covered in love. Be in joy. You know that. So anyway, I'm going to read this again. Yesterday, because this ties into everything that we just spoke about. And if you missed the beginning of the reading, go back and watch the playback on YouTube. Yesterday, I was so clever, so I wanted to change the world. Today, I am wise, so I changed myself. Yama yams, listen, okay? I rebuke you in the name of Jesus Christ, because nobody asked you to come in here and to come into our safe space with that. No one is in here doing anything inappropriate, but you're coming in here violating us and wasting all of our time. I'm not actually mad. I'm not mad at all. I just think it's a wasteful of the life that God gave you to come in here and to be accusatory of anything. Just leave. No demons responding. Everybody who knows me knows this is how I am all the time. You didn't say nothing about protection. Okay, well then I apologize if I I apologize if I misread what you were saying. But don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. So anyway, like what I was saying was, okay, wisdom. Yesterday, I was clever, so I wanted to change the world. Today, I am wise, so I am changing myself. Okay? Now, it says, you are being urged to take a closer look at the things that are not immediately obviously at the present. Many people search outwardly for answers, but when you look to the eternal word for wisdom or advice, it can be difficult to understand what really resonates. It is now time to turn inwards and to trust your intuition. No one can truly understand your situation intimately as you, nor can they detect the subtle nuances that weave through your emotional landscape. Excuse me, y'all, it's a glare. Wisdom can often be found in unexpected moments. It can force you to question things that you have always known to be true, and to see within you a yearning to discover more. It calls you to live skin to skin with the world around you in order to enrich the very fabric of your heart and life. Turn to others for guidance and support, but always listen to your voice of wisdom when it speaks. So you are being encouraged to have understanding, knowledge, perception, and prudence, which is really interesting, right? Because, bye, child, bye. This is really interesting, right? Because it piggybacks on what I was just talking about just a moment ago, okay? So it's very interesting, right? Today we're encouraged to have gratitude. We are encouraged to understand that we cannot change the past, but also have the wisdom to listen to what our internal voice is telling us. And I've been talking a lot about that for the past, month now, about the importance of having like intuition and making sure that you're listening to what is being said to you, right? So I'm saying all of that to say, right? Interesting. The first thing that I gathered was that we're being encouraged to really understand that again, I said this at the beginning. If you don't believe me, go back and watch the playback. There's so many things that we really can't control, y'all. It's so many things that we really can't control. And when you think about it, you're being encouraged to go within, to be grateful, to be present, to live in the moment, but to also trust, right? Because like I can tell you something all day. If it doesn't resonate, it means nothing. But what happens when it does? So then what do you do? All right, y'all, let's get into this reading. Ooh, that's a good one. I hope I said this correctly. Almanac says stay neutral. I agree with that, Bishop. I agree with that. All right, so our first cosmic insight is all right, very interesting. Love spell. Okay. So that's saying that somebody may have done something to cause you to be open and receptive to them. And it's interesting because I talked about that. I don't know if Samantha is still in here or not, but I talked about that a couple of weeks ago about how a lot of people are putting a lot of information on the internet and people are doing things not knowing what they're really doing, putting spells out there and things like that. And I was encouraging people not to do stuff like that. But you know, I know that there's a lot of emphasis on witches and things like that. And you got to understand too that males, they also practice things like that too. They're called warlocks. And so I've been telling y'all this for all year. Well, it ain't really been all year because I ain't been on here all year, but I have been telling you guys at least since the end of July to be careful about who you're being intimate with at this time. Intimate physically and mentally, right? Because people do practice, things. Okay, so you definitely want to make sure that you're practicing protection, right? If it doesn't feel good to your intuition, don't do it. When you start getting those inklings that something ain't right, it's probably not. Yeah. So I hope I say this correct. Omnic says was a warlock, then sacred, set straight by the light. I'm guessing that's what that says. But yeah, so be careful, y'all. Be careful with that. Seriously. All right. So the news is brick wall, defense mechanism, guarded, harder to reach. So somebody may have put up a brick wall. Okay. They may be going internally. It's funny this. Both of these colors are red. Both of these colors are orange, which I have on orange today. That's interesting. Okay. The T is Hmm. Okay. Caught a case. As I just told y'all, be careful about who y'all was sleeping with. I didn't even go there, but I did tell this thought, and I was like, I'm not going to start telling y'all this about these STDs again, but it came up again. K-Teach caught a case. Sexual infection, sexual disease, rashes, etc. This came up in my reading for what? About 3 weeks this at the end of the summer, towards the end of the summer. You got to be careful who you're sharing bodily fluids with. It's no shame. We're all adults, right? People do what they do. But make sure that you're being very mindful to ask people for their exactly, just to be safe. Ask people when was the last time they were tested. Ask if you can see their chart, their My Chart results. Ask to go get tested together if they're a little bit defensive about it. But those are grown folks conversations. See, we ain't having the right conversations. What they say on the internet, y'all at the find out stage, y'all done effed around, now y'all finding out. Don't let that be you. Seriously. Not everything can be cured with an antibiotic. And Samantha says that they refuse, that's a red flag. Exactly. And I'm not going to sit up here and tell y'all, like, I get it. Everybody in here has been in love where you just feel comfortable and you're so trusting. But don't be too trusting when it comes to your preventative health. Okay? Keyword preventative, right? No shaming nobody. Y'all know this is a safe space. Y'all know I love y'all. But y'all see what it say too now. All right. Now what lies beneath all of this is Somebody is really tuning y'all out right now. Don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear it. They done put up a brick wall, defense mechanism, guarded, hard to reach. They don't want to hear it. What did you do? All right. When we look into the broken mirror. And you know what's interesting, y'all? I promise y'all, when I said, earlier and I didn't say nothing, I was thinking about that again. Whew. I'm trying to be positive. You know, I feel like sometimes these readings get heavy with gloom and doom, and I don't want that to be the case. Oh no. Hurting, crying, depressed, pain is sorrow. Okay? So somebody, they know they did something real foul. That's for sure. Possibly they went to, I know that's right. Plants and Pup says, no need to sweeten it. We need to hear the bitters sometimes too. Balance is real in life. Yes, it is. The true emotion. Sorry about that. Something is in my eye, y'all. My nose is over here still running. Look. Stop. Well, I thought that just said F around and find out. Oh my gosh. Drinking, toxic lifestyle. Okay, so somebody may be dealing with a coping mechanism right now of living like a toxic lifestyle and drinking a lot and drinking excessively. Probably so. Probably so. I just woke up and just started sneezing. Now, I have my own theory about why I started sneezing. Be like, I'm gonna stay at home today. I don't feel good, y'all. All right, here we go. The influencing energy is South Node, comfort zone, resisting, fear of the new, clinging to old ways and situations. Okay, so whatever their South Node alignment is affecting how they're resisting. The fear of the clinging, fear of the new, clinging to old ways and situations. Okay. Last but not least, this is my true crime deck. Let's see. If anything gruesome comes out, y'all know I'm going to skip over it. I definitely feel like you guys are healing imprisonment. Okay? And that comes out as I said, you guys are healing. So I definitely feel like you guys are healing. Okay. There's definitely been a breakup, a breakdown in communication. There's definitely been a breaking point, in which for some, this breaking point has been going on, what is this, the end of November? Some of this breaking point started back in August. Somebody that's been here all the time, correct me if I'm wrong. It was around the time that I was talking about the divine masculine energy starting to shift. Does anybody remember when that was? But I definitely feel as though this has been a major shift and breaking point. I know I was talking about it again back in October. Everybody, of course, is on their own timelines, but oh, I'm picking up the wrong day. But I definitely feel like there has been Bishop said that's when his twin left. Yeah, I can't remember when it was, because y'all know I do so many readings. I don't remember when it was, but I feel like I started talking about this around the Lionsgate portal. And then again, I feel like I was talking about it. It was around the full moon or the new moon. That was in October, I feel. Good morning, Sammy. Regardless, yeah, because I kept saying October 17th was going to be a good time period for conversation. So I definitely feel like it happened around the last Mercury retrograde, in which Mercury is getting ready to go in retrograde again. But I feel like there's been a breakage. And with that breakage, you guys are going through a healing period, okay? Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that, specifically that this person has contracted an STD and they gave it to you. I feel as though this person may have been acting out. Okay, I feel like this person may have been acting out and they got with somebody else. Or somebody else could have done something, trying to punish a person. Y'all know how y'all get. Y'all trying to control where they go, who they with. Oh, you ain't gonna be with me. You ain't gonna be with nobody. You know how y'all do. All right, so whose business is this? Whose business is this? The first person that we're talking about here is a Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is coming in as the Queen of Wands in reverse. This is about, good morning. This is about self-respect, self-confidence, being introverted, selfishness, jealousy, and insecurity. Okay. The other person who we're talking about here is a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, coming in as the Four of Swords in reverse. This is dealing with exhaustion, burnout, deep contemplation, stagnation, relentlessness, and stress. Okay, relentlessness and stress. So, y'all, let's get into it. This person may also have Pisces placements, this fire sign. Yeah, I feel like this fire sign, this Aries, Leo, Sagittarius that we're talking about, they're very emotional right now. Good morning, Mika. They're very, 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 very emotional right now. Okay. And instead of them being able to articulate and state why they're so emotional right now, they're acting out. I feel like both of you guys are acting out. Honestly, I feel like both of you guys are acting out in separate but equal ways. There's a spurt of healing going on here. And this is really trying to teach you guys on a soul level how you got to be grateful and counting your losses just as quick as you are to counting your wins. This was time. It was time for this to break. This was an unhealthy relationship. If you're being honest with yourself, which you have not been, you would know that this was a very hostile, toxic, volatile, turbulent relationship. It's never had a moment of peace. But due to codependency, you stayed. You justified staying because of financial benefits. You justified in staying because of, we've been together all this time. Let me tell you, it doesn't matter. When it's time for something to be over for you, it is going to be over for you. And this was an instance where the relationship had run its full complete course. You have run out of runway. You understand what I'm saying? You have run out of runway. It was long overdue. And you tried your best to be patient, kind, considerate, trying to work with a person. But this person wasn't having that same energy towards you. And that's what caused this person, this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, to hit the brick wall. They don't want to hear it. They're numbing themselves with drinking. It's very contradictory energy. It's like you're trying to work out and be all health conscious and be all about yoga and Pilates and breath work and blah, blah, blah. But then that's one end of the spectrum. The other end of the spectrum, you're over here, you're drinking a lot, you're numbing, you're trying to pretend like things aren't happening, in denial, all of those different things, right? So this Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, I feel like they're trying to sleep their way out of it. That's their way of dealing with their emotions. They may be very, very snappy, very grumpy, very, very, I want to say bitchy, but y'all know I just try not to curse on my timeline, but they're very bitchy. And I feel like they're bickering, being very nasty, very nasty, very nasty. For some of you that are having to move out, I'm seeing this person making the move very difficult for you. Okay, not being helpful at all. All right, so here we go. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius presently are trying to figure out, where do they go from here? How do they move forward? Okay, how do they move forward? Willingly, they're trying to still walk around with their head high, as you should. As you should. You should not be in a position where you are feeling as if you're missing something. Nothing's missing, nothing lacking. It is just time. The relationship expired. Similar to what I said with life, when you come into something, everything has a definitive number of days, hours, and minutes, okay? And for you, the time just expired. Okay? Now, what's troubling is I can't pinpoint exactly right now if there was infidelity that caused it, or if their sexual prowess is a result of them being hurt. That's what I'm still trying to decipher now. Okay. But Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Okay. Well, there it is. There it is. There was definitely a third party here. And I feel like this is, now I know for sure this was the straw that broke the camel's back. Girl, stop. There was a third party situation here. And the reason why my air signs found out about it was because when this person stepped out with that person, they caught a sexually transmitted infection. And that's how you found out. That's how you found out. And while that person is upset, your fire sign is upset, they're hurting, they're crying, they're depressed, they're dealing with pain and sorrow, I don't think it's more so about how they've affected you with this. I think it's more so about how this is going to affect their lives. I feel as though strongly with this, it's not a treatable condition. I feel like it's permanent. And I do believe that this is why my fire signs have hit the brick wall. Okay. I do feel like this is why they're being very guarded. They're hard to reach right now. And they don't want to hear what you got to say. They just don't want to hear it. Because in their mind, it is very, very unnecessary. Which is why, you know, regret came up as the truth that you need to hear. Like, you got to be able to understand and come to the conclusion that you're not going to be able to change anything of the past. That's what this wisdom is all about here. And that's what this spirit of gratitude is. Like, you still got to learn how to be grateful even when things didn't work out for you in your favor. Like, it doesn't feel good. It doesn't make you want to. Like, that's a very damaging, difficult situation to put somebody in. And I really feel as though this person did not want to tell you, but they had to tell you, because I feel as though somebody was feeling very uncomfortable, started noticing some changes in their body, I'm wanting to say pH balance or something like that. But I know relationships come in different shapes and forms in this room, in our space. So I don't want to assume, but I'm definitely seeing there were some type of changes with the body that caused alarm. And I will tell you, the person, this air sign did not tell the fire sign that they were going to the doctor. Okay. They did not tell them that. Now, the pros in all of this is with this devil card. Remember, I referred to earlier, maybe back about 5 minutes ago, I was talking about there was a codependency here. Remember, I was talking about how it really wasn't a relationship. It was just like two people are really being together just for the integrity of, maybe you guys were just living together like roommates. But like, if you really examine the quality of the relationship was not there. You had the quantity, but you were lacking the quality. Okay. You guys didn't have the friendship for quite some time. All right. And so with this devil card, this is telling me that you're overcoming this toxicity, this detaching. And this could be where this drinking and toxic lifestyle is coming from as well. Because if this person was a motivator of some sort to get you to want to drink, right? Some people just cause you to drink. I don't drink, so ain't nobody gonna put me in a position to where I'm like, okay, I need a drink. I don't drink, right? But for some people, you gotta have a drink just to deal with them. You be like, golly, like what in the world, right? And there are some people that every time you turn around, they're drinking, they're smoking. I mean, we know these people, right? We see them, they're functioning, whatever you want to call it. Okay, they're high functioning people, right? We all know people who can't go a day without having a drink. We all know people who can't go a day without getting high. We know these things, right? And so I feel as though perhaps you being around this person may have rubbed off on you to where you have adapted to those types of behaviors. And so now that there's a breakage in a relationship, we're trying to figure out, okay, how do I cope? How do I deal? How do I grieve? How do I do any of these things? How do I move on with my life? Because I've wasted X number of years over here. And it's perfectly fine. Grieve and move on, right? Because if you really look at the level of grief, it's not much to really grieve. What are you grieving? The death of a friendship? That really wasn't there. When you really look at the quality of the relationship, what exactly are you grieving? That you got to move up and have your own place? That you got to pay your rent by yourself? Well, if you really look at it, you might have been paying your rent by yourself all this time. I mean, I'm just being honest. Let's be for real, for real. Was this person really being helpful to you, or were they not? Was this person really helping you with the bills, or were they really not? Or were they always coming up short? I mean, let's just thinking about this, right? Now, the consequences here is the Lovers in reverse. So this speaks to there being a disconnect, stagnation, jealousy. Okay, this was every bit of the toxic relationship that I'm trying to articulate to y'all. I don't deal with toxic relationships, so I can't tell you what toxic looks like. I can't verbalize it, right? But this was every bit of a toxic relationship. It was unhealthy. It was manipulative. It was conniving. There was codependency. There was like no clarity in goals, aspirations. There was no teamwork, right? It was you and then it was them. Okay? Ooh. Okay, for some of y'all, you and this person was petty together. Okay? Trying to compete with other folks on social media. Talking trash about other folks. But throwing rocks like you don't live in a glass house, right? That is all of how damaging this really is. You understand? Because this was not a healthy relationship that was going to catapult and thrust you into being your best self. This is why we spent such emphasis in the beginning of this reading talking about the spirit of gratitude and dealing with regret. Because if you really look at this holistically, y'all, you are not ever going to be your best self in this situation like this. And if you remember at the very beginning of this reading, I said, was it God's will or was it your will that you just kind of had the consequences of the actions falling out? If you don't believe me, this is now the opportunity to go follow me on YouTube at MiMi Lightseer. Go back and watch this reading. It'll be available about 5 minutes after I end the live. But you can go back and listen to it from the beginning. If you're on YouTube now, you can run it back because this is live. But I promise you, I talked about that in the beginning. And I deeply feel as though now that there has been a breakage, you may be coming into the awakening of how toxic, how belittling, how demeaning, how condescending, how limited and stifling this relationship really was for your overall growth. You were just living and going through the emotions. You weren't getting the best out of life. You're just going through the motions. And y'all know what I'm talking about because y'all see people. We all got friends every day. I'm just happy today, Saturday. I'm just happy today, Monday. Oh, God, it's just now Tuesday. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. No positivity. All they do is complain. And the reason why they're so low vibrational is because of the toxic lifestyle, the drinking and the chronic smoking. They're never in a good headspace to elevate, to raise their vibration. All they know is down here. That's all they know. So you trying to be up here and they being down here, what you think gonna happen? I said it in the beginning. It's like an anchor taking you down. And if I didn't say that today, I said it to somebody yesterday. But the point is, it's an anchor weighing you down. And it was time for you to grow, for your development. Now, what this is trying to teach you is that new beginnings are ahead with this Ten of Swords in reverse. You have ended a cycle. And now you get the free choice to decide, what do you want to do next with your life? How do you want to proceed to move forward? Y'all so quiet this morning. Y'all so quiet. But you're being encouraged to reevaluate and reconsider what's most important for you and what do you really want for your life. Sorry, I thought I was going to belch. But you definitely get the opportunity to decide, like, what is it that you want to do? Come out of the fog, y'all. Come out of the fog. This is why it's so important. I know y'all listening. Hit that like button while y'all listening. But truthfully speaking, y'all, this is so important why you guys are it's so important for you to just practice being good morning. It's critical to be centered as you possibly can be, to recognize and understand your feelings and your emotions when you're feeling them. Elevate. Because see, when you operate at a higher playing field, things that are down here don't serve you because it don't feel good. Somebody try to come around there with that mess, you hear it, and you just be like, a bullshit, a bullshit, a bullshit, a bullshit. And I feel like you've been giving credence to ignorance. You understand? Like you can't do that anymore. We too big for that. We are too big for that. Somebody come around you and they on that type of time, you looking like, who sent you? And that's where we are. That's where you got to be. Now, what you need to do to heal is with this Seven of Swords. Okay? You got to start moving. Sasha, shut up. You got to start moving quietly, not allowing everybody to know everything that you're doing. Operating with strategy, operating with, the knowing that things are starting to go and work out for you. This is what you need to do to heal. You don't have to make a grandiose announcement and telling people all of these different things. Listen, just do it. Just do it. I'm not allowing you to stop me. After further consideration of my goals, my hopes, my wishes, my dreams, my aspirations, this is what I choose to do. I choose to live my best life. I choose to be happy. I choose to work out and take care of myself. I choose to eat well. I choose, whatever your choice is, make it, honey, make it. Make it. But you need to be very careful and know that this person is not exactly letting you walk away too easily. With this King of Cups, this person may be trying to come around and convince you that they have feelings for you, that they care for you. It's very manipulative. Be very careful about that. Don't trust it. Okay? Don't trust it. They may, I'm telling you, they may put on a full-fledged, they may put on a full-fledged show, acting how much they so hurt, they're so destroyed, they're so this, they're so that. Are you really? Are you really? Open up to yourself about how you feel and be honest with yourself about how you feel. You may want to even start journaling at this point, because you're going to have to face the fact that this person has been mentally and emotionally imprisoning you. Okay? It's there. Now, dang it. Eyes itching. Look, that was at the bottom. That's what fell down. All right, so let's clarify this and get out of here, because I feel like y'all know what y'all need to do. This person may be telling you, you're the best thing that ever happened to me. I bet you I was. You energy vampire. Yep. Here this person come. With this Page of Cups, I'm telling you, they coming with all the boo-hoos. Okay? They are coming with all the boo-hoos. They coming through acting like I can't even talk. This person is coming through with all the boo-hoos, okay? And all I can do is tell you is when this person come around, you got to be very adamant and very consistent about it. I'm telling you, you're going to have to shut this person down like you ain't never shut them before, because see, that's how you got into this circular cycle of being in this toxic relationship that is low vibrational, that is never going to mature and evolve and to grow. This person, if your goal is to be married, they're never going to marry you. They just keep giving you lip service. This person never saw a healthy relationship in the past to even model or to even learn, to emulate. They're repeating. This person has long childhood traumas, okay? If we're being honest, this person has long childhood traumas, all right? And so this person definitely doesn't know how to really open up. This person needs to go to therapy for real, for real. I mean, I'm just being honest. You know, this person is never going to give you what it is that you're looking for. And it's like, it's no matter how much time you give this person is never going to grow up. I hate to tell you that. Never going to grow up. So why you keep playing these games? Like something's going to change. Make it make sense. All right. Now, You may have even gotten to a point where you may have been suppressing your feelings and your emotions. You may have even gotten to the place of acting like you don't care. You too. And the thing is that no matter how much you try to act like you're not caring, this does affect you. It affects you a whole lot. It's showing up in how you show up in the workplace. It's showing up in how you show up for your friends and for your family. This person has a negative hold on you. It's like a negative gravitational pull. And for some reason or another, you just keep going with the flow, acting like there's nothing happening. You know, acting like nothing's going on. Okay? Acting very apathetic, acting unmotivated, acting demotivated, all those negative things. This person had a negative stance on you. And it could be what this is, right? The love spell. Okay? Now, you know that things have been off balance for quite some time in this relationship. But instead of you admitting to it, you kept going along with it. For fear of failure, fear of worrying about what other people was going to say, what they were going to do. Not wanting to start over. See, all of this stuff is making sense. What we've been talking about with the wisdom card, with the regret card, okay, with the spirit of gratitude. All of these things are making sense this morning because you're learning how to overcome a history here that had a purpose for you. To stop being so complacent, stop being second fiddle, stop underestimating your own value. You got to have some self-esteem. And at this point, you kind of like passed it off to this person, you know? You can't let another person make you feel like anything. And I feel as though that's what's starting to happen with this air sign. I feel like you're starting to wake up. You're starting to smell the coffee. And you're starting to shut down anything that this person has to say. But they're going to try. They're absolutely going to try. Absolutely going to try. And this may put you at a point where you're at an impasse. Where you feel like you don't know what to do. You may be making impulsive or feeling like you're making an impulsive or irrational decision. But you are making the right decision to leave the situation alone. You absolutely are making the right decision. There's no love here with this Two of Cups in reverse. This is not a soulmate connection. This is not a long-term situation. Like, I don't know how many other ways to tell y'all. This ain't what y'all think it's going to ever be. It's just something to do. It's casual. It's never going to mature. That will require them to be mature. Right? So, you got to grow up. Period. And I'm telling you that you got to grow up too. And right now you may be being forced to grow up by walking away from this situation. It's uncomfortable. It's unbearable. The time has come. The time has come. So they said. It is time for you to move on. Period. If you're being honest with yourself, I think that you will understand and finally admit to yourself how emotionally damaging this was. Therapy is going to be important. I feel like you're going to be isolating and going through a period of time where you're going to come to the conclusion that everything about you is about to change. Your friends, your spouse, you know, a significant other. A lot of changes going on here. You're going to be relying on family right now and very, very, very close friends to get you through this. Because people who really knew the truth about what was going on, they're going to be so happy for you. Hey, Renisha, they're going to be so happy for you. The people who's been knowing about this, they're going to be so happy for you. Because they're finally seeing you wake up.
The lies. There you go, bitch.
Didn't I tell y'all? There is no love here. The people that surround you, the card just came out here too. Okay? So the people who have been around you, the people who have been supporting you, they knew this all along. This is where this friendship is going to be important. Because, and let me clarify what I just said before I pulled this card. When I said you're going to have to change your friendships, everybody knows you have your friends you tell the truth to, and everybody has a group of friends that they socialize with. And the friends that you socialize with may not know your most intimate secrets and things like that. So you have this group of friends that is going to have to help you get through this situation, and you have this group of friends that is going to be changing. Because y'all don't have nothing in common no more. You understand what I'm saying? This group of friends is attached to this person. Shut up. And I think you're finally going to come to see that this person that you've been dealing with does not have a vision. They don't have a plan. They don't have a hope. They don't have nothing. They just going through life, wasting life, wasting life, wasting precious time, wasting the youth that they have of this moment. This person is a very, very, very sad person. I hate to say. I hate to say it. But the negativity that is here is overflowing. Like they just been in a negative space. And they don't even know why. They don't even know why that they're so negative. They just negative. And stagnant and ain't growing and ain't looking forward to the future. Just living day by day, holding on by a thread, being comfortable with that. I wish that I could say that I see this person growing up and maturing and evolving. I can't say that. I can't say that. I see this person being very, very, very just lost and naive in a dark head cloud and can't get out. They think that this is the best that life offers them. Exactly. Myra says they're too damaged. Exactly. They think that their life as it is today is the best that life has to offer. They're comfortable with this woe is me. Woe is me. You know. Excuse me. But they're comfortable with it. They don't want a promotion and increase at work. They're comfortable working 989 hours just to go buy a pack of beer. I mean, this is who they are. And again, I'm not shaming anybody for where people may be in their lives, right? That's not what this is about. This is about you being on an equal level playing field with somebody who wants the same things that you truly want. And you not suppressing your feelings and your emotions to make them feel better. Because truthfully speaking, this person is so compromised that if you're being honest, you didn't evolve to your best self because you didn't want to make this person feel insecure or feel threatened. Like, if we're really having an honest conversation, y'all, and y'all truly think about how much you suppressed you stifled your own growth. Trying to make this person happy. But the question is, what did this person do for you? I mean, it's time to get real, y'all. It's time to get real. This is why the beginning of this reading was so important for you to hear. Because that's going to empower you to put yourself in a position to where you're going to be able to shut down this conversation. And to be able to really get yourself back in a better position. Renisha says, nothing but abuse me. I'll never go back. Yeah. Now, how much time do we have before this situation starts to really improve? And when I say improve, I'm not talking about for this clown. I'm talking about for you. You know, I hate sounding so belittling of this person. And please be clear that my heart is coming from a space of love and gratitude for the people who've been affected by this person. Because I feel like they're choosing their path. They're comfortable with their lives the way that it is. I feel like you have been talking to this person, trying to resonate with them, trying to level set with them. This person is just not ready. They're just not ready. They reject every claim, every accusation that you try to, every assertion that you make about life and trying to be happy in life. Sasha! Girl, go away from me with this. Listen, y'all. She started noticing that I get up early in the morning. So now she want to start bossing me around, knowing she don't start getting food and water till 7 o'clock. Over here bothering me. Y'all see this? All right. So how much time do we have before the person in this reading becomes clear? Well, that came flying out. Timing is pushed back due to blockages. So basically what I'm gathering from this is that you have the opportunity to change your situation right now, but you've been blocking it because of this person. You've been resisting it because of this person. If I didn't say it in the beginning, I'm saying it again now. You've been holding on to something that ain't holding on to you. You've been acquiescing to something that ain't working for you. Stop that. Stop it. Hey, Amanda. I'm so glad. I am so relieved that some of you are getting the closure that you need. And when I say the closure, I'm not saying that to say that they're going to give you the closure. You're going to have to close the door yourself. And for some of you, that closure may be very simple.
Goodbye.
Okay? For some of you, not for all, but for some of you. Closure is hard. Go back and listen to the beginning of this reading. If you missed the beginning of this reading, go back on my YouTube at MiMi Lightseer, and you'll hear the beginning, because I talked about that too. I said, but what if it's things that you don't understand? And I feel like it's going to be a lot of things happening to you and for you in this moment that you're not going to understand, but you are going to be able to practice gratitude for how things happened. And there's going to be a level of acceptance that needs to take place in order for you to grow and to become your best self. Afton says everything happens for a reason. Absolutely. Leisha says it is, but it's necessary at times. Okay. So y'all got to be like Trina. Have some tenacity. Y'all better turn on some Trina. Listen to it. Pump yourself up, ladies. That's right. I'm the baddest bitch. You know, here we go. Here we go again. Now you telling me that she was just a friend. Okay? That's all I'm going to say. If you missed the beginning of this reading, I strongly recommend you go back on YouTube and play the beginning of this reading. It was very important for the tone of the reading. I don't like speaking so negatively of people, but I'm just telling you guys what I see. But I want to thank everybody who's joined in today. We had about 2,000 people to join. Y'all was very quiet this morning, very stingy with the likes. I'm pouring out my heart and my soul, but I thank y'all for the gifts that I've received this morning. I thank you guys for the 17 new followers that we got on TikTok. Please go follow me on YouTube at MiMi Lightseer. The energies, Leisha wanted to clarify the energies. We were talking about Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Okay. So we are at 20,000 followers on TikTok. If y'all can please go follow me on YouTube. We got to make sure that we are definitely keeping our community intact. Y'all know TikTok is going to be banned in the United States January 19, 2025. There has not been, thank you, I appreciate it. There has not been a buyer yet for TikTok, so that pretty much is going to go through. So please go follow me on YouTube. That way we can still do our lives and still do our thing. Nothing is going to change. My name is the same across all platforms. I'm actually on Blue Sky now, so if you're on Blue Sky, go follow me on Blue Sky as well. I know I'm still on Twitter. I'm trying to like get off of Twitter, not liking the new user agreements that came out, but yeah. So definitely go follow me on YouTube at MiMi Lightseer. Remember, your business is my business, and I am officially out of this business. Y'all go ahead and y'all have a good day today, and I will talk to you later. Bye.